Welcome back, focused learners. Today, we're diving into a really ambitious and fun explainer. Our absolute focus? To literally explain every term, every single major soccer term you will ever need to know. And honestly, the best way to do that isn't just to read down a boring list. It's to simulate the entire life cycle of a major tournament, from the moment the teams are formed all the way to the final whistle of the championship game. So if you've ever felt a bit lost when people start talking about extra time, goal differentials, or center backs, you are in the exact right place.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. First, we'll meet the squad, then look at the mechanics of the match. After that, we'll cover groups and standings, followed by the high-stakes knockout tournament, and finally, fans, atmosphere, and results. Let's get started.
Section 1. Meet the squad. Roles and positions.
So, you've got 11 players on the field for each team, right? And they all have very specific jobs. Way in the back, you have the goalkeeper, the only player who can actually use their hands, always ready to make an incredible save. Just in front of them are the defenders, whose whole job is to block important shots. Now we break those down a bit further. The center back guards the middle, while the fullback locks down the wide areas. Moving up the pitch, the midfielder is kind of like the engine, controlling the game right from the center. Out on the edges, you've got the wingers, using their speed to create scoring chances for the team. And right up front, that's your striker, and their primary job is to put the ball in the net and score goals.
But you know, a team is way more than just those 11 players you see on the pitch. The entire roster of available players, that's called the squad. The mastermind on the sidelines is the coach, also known as the manager. And they're the one who decides the starting lineup. That's the specific 11 players chosen to begin the match. Out on the field, the team is led by a captain who keeps everyone motivated during those really tough moments. And hey, if a player gets tired, the manager brings on a substitute from the bench to replace them. Sometimes a sub can instantly change the game by scoring right after entering the match.
And this brilliantly illustrates the individual glory within a team sport. Throughout the tournament, the player who scores the most goals becomes the top scorer. They're leading the tournament and usually win an award called the Golden Boot. As an extra bit of recognition, the absolute best overall player of the tournament takes home the Golden Ball, while the most outstanding goalkeeper gets the Golden Glove.
Section 2. Mechanics of the match. Whistle to whistle.
An individual contest between two teams is simply called a match or a game. When it's officially locked in on the calendar, you'll often hear it called a fixture. These are played in massive stadiums or venues. And let me tell you, there is absolutely nothing quite like the opening match of a tournament. It routinely pulls in millions of viewers worldwide just to kick off the whole event.
Once that whistle blows, it's all action. A player takes a shot, hoping it results in a goal, while the goalkeeper is doing everything they can to make a save. If the ball goes out of bounds off the defending team, the attacking team gets a corner kick. If there's a foul, the referee awards a free kick. And if that foul happens really close to the goal, inside a specific box, that results in a penalty kick. It's a super tense one-on-one showdown between the shooter and the goalie.
Speaking of rules, the game is controlled by the referee on the pitch, helped out by the assistant referee on the sidelines. They're the ones enforcing complex rules like offside, which basically prevents attackers from permanently camping out right next to the enemy goalkeeper. These days, if there's a highly controversial call, we rely on VAR, or Video Assistant Referee. VAR literally reviews the decision using camera replays to ensure total fairness. Now, when players break the rules, the referee has two distinct tools for discipline. First, a yellow card is given as a really strict warning. But if a player receives 2 yellow cards or commits an incredibly dangerous foul, the ref shows a red card. A red card means the player is immediately ejected and their team is forced to play the rest of the game with one less person.
A standard match is 90 minutes long. But because the clock never actually stops for injuries or goal celebrations, the referee adds a few extra minutes at the very end, which we call injury time. In a normal game, if the teams are tied after that, it might just end in a draw. But in a tournament, we need a winner. So the game goes to extra time, usually 30 more minutes. And if they're still tied after extra time, it all comes down to a dramatic penalty shootout, where players take turns shooting from the penalty spot until somebody finally misses.
Section 3. Groups and standings. The first hurdle.
Now, what's really interesting about this next phase is the tournament math. Most major tournaments begin with the group stage. Teams are sorted into small blocks called a group. After every single match, the standings, also known as the points table, change. It works like this. Teams earn 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 for a loss. If two teams have the exact same amount of points, they look at goal difference, which is simply the number of goals scored minus the number of goals allowed.
Every group match is vital because goal difference may literally decide who wins the group, just like when Brazil finished first in their group recently.
The ultimate goal of the group stage is qualification. If you get enough points, you qualify for the next round. If you don't, you face elimination. And honestly, there is no worse feeling than a team being eliminated in the group stage after preparing for so long.
Section 4, the knockout tournament. Do or die.
So the crucial point to understand the scale here is the World Cup. It happens every 4 years. It's hosted by a host country, or sometimes co-hosts, who prepare for a massive one-month tournament where everyone is targeting the defending champion, the team that won 4 years prior.
Once you hit the knockout stage, every single match is decisive. The progression usually flows like this. Teams start out in the round of 32, then try to reach the round of 16. From there, they advance to the quarterfinals, which are always extremely competitive. Surviving that puts you in the semifinals. The losers of those semifinals play a third-place match, while the winners, they step onto the ultimate stage, the final, a match watched around the world.
In the knockout stage, it's pretty much just advancement versus elimination. The winner secures advancement to the next round. The loser goes home. One single mistake can cause elimination. Finally, Section 5, Fans, Atmosphere, and Results. Let's talk about how the fans process the results. Obviously, they look at the final score. They'll either celebrate an important victory or suffer a surprising defeat. They cheer when their goalkeeper keeps a clean sheet, meaning they let 0 goals in all game. They go absolutely wild for an incredible comeback when their team is trailing. They ride the high of a 5-match winning streak, and they are completely shocked by an upset, which is when a tiny underdog somehow beats a massive favorite.
Soccer inspires so much passion. Fans and supporters will travel thousands of miles to sing coordinated chants, creating an incredibly electric atmosphere that's the overall energy in the stadium. Historic rivalries flare up between long-standing enemies, and a vibrant sea of team flags and jerseys completely fills the stands.
And at the very end of this life cycle, the winning team lifts the trophy. Winning the trophy is every player's dream. That team is crowned the champion, like when Argentina recently became the champion, while the team that loses the final respectfully finishes as the runner-up.
We've just covered every essential term from the pitch all the way to the podium, so I leave you with this. Which part of the tournament life cycle and its unique vocabulary fascinates you the most? Is it the tactical setup of the squad, the high-stakes math of the group stages, or the absolute do-or-die tension of the penalty shootout? Think about it, and more importantly, use this dictionary the next time you watch a match. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.